What is up, everyone? Hello, and good Sunday to all of you. With people having some double masters in their possessions, I have seen some videos of people opening up some VIP packs or boxes or cases even, and I just wanted to kind of get a feel for what's going on with this product financially. I just want everyone to keep in mind that this is pre-release essentially. Official release is Friday, so the prices we're going to see now probably don't mean a whole lot. Prices will probably drop down quite a bit come release on Friday and probably continue to fall during the weekend, I imagine. But that doesn't mean I don't want to see where the prices are now, and I kind of want to keep track of where the prices are over time. So I have created a spreadsheet which I will be updating for some period of time. I believe probably up until Zendikar Rising release. I will probably be updating this sheet weekly, and then from Zendikar Rising to August of next year, so the anniversary date, I'll probably be doing a monthly update onto this sheet, just so I can see the trends, and anyone else is welcome to join in and see what's going on. There will be a link to the spreadsheet in the description box below. Feel free to check it out. So I mean, this is just like cards though, and I have like a numerical average of $69.03, but that's just taking the 40 cards and averaging out. That's not accounting for pull rates, which realistically I would double up on each of the rare cards and then divide by 60 to get what my theoretical average per pull would be. So got a little bit of work to do on that, but just kind of the average doesn't really mean anything at this point. But at least here, this is where I'll be keeping all the data for the pricing weekly. That way it's easier for me to link within the sheets. Now, as I said, I have seen some people opening up some product on YouTube. I will definitely put links to their pages in the description below, but one most people that are watching this are probably very familiar with, and it's Alpha Investments, Rudy. He's opened up two cases. He opened up one yesterday and he opened up one today. And then there's a channel that I'm not familiar with, but they have been doing some openings as well. It's called Pax and Richard. I will post a link to their page in the description below as well. But both of those have done case openings. From what I could tell from what Rudy did, it looked like two seal cases. The first video wasn't particularly clear. Maybe I just need to go back and rewatch it. And the second video looked like it was from a case. And then Pax and Richards looked like it was from a seal case as well. So when I say a case contains 4 boxes. Each box contains 4 packs. So we're looking at 16 packs total, which would give you 32 showcase foils per case. So basically, I didn't really factor in any of the other cards that came out. So these numbers are just what the showcase or box topper cards were worth based on what they pulled. And we'll be checking that trend over time to see if we're seeing an overall gain or loss or stable pricing on the cards, because this is a pretty unique product and a pretty unique way that they've launched it. So I'm really interested to see what the trends are. I know there's some ways to check pricing trends, but I prefer to do this myself at this point just because I know that I'm keeping the data, and I feel more comfortable keeping my data instead of having to rely on someone else's historical data. That doesn't mean that anyone else is like lying or fabricating data, but I just prefer to have it for me because I don't have to go search for it later. I'll know where it's at. But anyways, let's move on to the case that Rudy had opened yesterday. So Rudy's case 1. And the reason why I'm doing other people's pulls is because I don't have any product of my own to open yet. I won't have any product until Friday at the earliest, because I get all my product from an LGS, and they have to adhere to release schedules. So I'm not going to ask them to compromise their business for me just to get some packs early and open them. So I won't get any product till Friday. I'll probably be opening product over the weekend and then posting videos on YouTube starting next Monday of what my pulls are going to be. What product I will have to open, you all will find out as the videos come out. But for now, I'm going to go to Rudy's first case. So Rudy's first case was very interesting. He had a number of duplicates and a couple of triplicates and even one card that he pulled 4 times out of 32 chances. So looking at his list, he had 3 Stoneforged Mystics, which are pretty awesome. They're running right now on TCG low at $52. Oh, by the way, all pricing is TCG low pricing. That's the pricing that I normally use because for me, that's what I feel that I would be able to get back for the card realistically if I were to try and sell it, because I don't have like a ton of sales on TCG Player. I have sold some on TCG Player, and I normally sell towards the low end because I want to be on the first page when the results pop up. But anyway, moving on. So the Stormforged Mystic foils were running about $52 a piece. He pulled 3 of them, so that was a pretty nice pull rate for those. You know, if you're pulling cards that are $50 a piece out of $100 packs, that's, you know, if you're averaging $50, you're breaking even. So anything more than that's pretty good. He pulled 3 Brainstorms, which are running about $23 a piece right now. 4 Cyclonic Rifts, which are running about $60 a piece. So that was pretty nice. The big thing here was the 2 Force of Wills. Force of Will full arts are running are priced at $547 right now on TCG Player Low. This is an interesting price. I feel like this is probably gonna go down a little bit, but we're just gonna have to wait and see how the market reacts to this. This is by far the most expensive box topper foil you could pull at the moment. So one Metamorph. I believe Metamorph is the lowest price card you can pull at the moment. It's sitting at $12. Thought Seasons are a good price. Toxic Deluge is at a higher price than I thought, but not terribly surprised. And let me check one thing real quick. Go back here. Yeah, even Fatal Push is running about 20, so Metamorph by far is the lowest price card, followed up by Meddling Mage. Moving on, we had the Goblin Guide running at 26. We have Crop Rotations running at 20. My gut tells me that these are going to go up in price. I don't think they're going to stay at 20 for long term. A lot of these cards, that the prices they're at right now, I feel like they're pretty solid pickups. Like if you're just looking to get like a one of each for a collection or something, or maybe even if you're like trying to you know, pimp out a deck. You know, Goblin Guides at 26. I'm sure like mono red players like $100 for a playset of full art foil Goblin Guide seems pretty sweet. If I was a mono red player, I'd probably consider putting down the money for it, but that's just me. I really like to trick out decks, make them foil, kind of make them pop, try to blind my opponent somewhat. So he also had the Exploration, which is at 47, which is pretty cool. The Noble Hierarch at 35, the Atraxa at 71, which Atraxa is a very popular commander, so that doesn't really surprise me all that much. The Meddling Mages, which is a pretty low card at 14, 2 of them. The Crow Mox are at 91 right now. So the Sword of Fire and Ice, the Sword of Light and Shadow, and the Sword of Feast and Famine all run at about 90 plus right now. So you got, you know, 3 swords that run at the 90 plus mark. A couple of Academy Ruins, which I was kind of surprised at this pricing. I think this may have room to grow. And then the Urza's lands are running about the $34 mark a piece. I think they might dip a little bit, but we're going to have to see how that goes. But because mainly of the double Force of Will pull, this was just insane value. Like 2 Force of Wills running $1,000. That's crazy. That means, you know, if you're paying retail $1,600 for a case, and you pull two cards that's worth more than half, worth almost 2/3 of what you get, and then everything else is just kind of filling in. The profit for this particular case was $921, and that's pretty insane. Now, I would also say that I wouldn't take this as being the indicator of what you're going to get profit and loss, as we'll see in the other cases. This is, I feel this is extremely skewed toward the top end of what you're going to get right now, but that's not to say that, you can't pull stuff like this. So we're going to move on to Rudy's next case that he opened up this morning, or I don't know if it was this morning. It was today, but I don't remember if it was earlier in the day or not. And I had priced some of this out earlier, and it was a little bit higher. Some of these prices have actually fallen in the last 8 or so hours since I did my initial pricing. So in this case, we see that he had a more diverse pool of cards. He had a couple of repeats in the Stoneforged Mystic, the Goblin Guide, Atraxa, Meddling Mage, Mox Opal, Academy Ruins. The crazy thing here was like the 3 Mox Opals and actual Atraxa's Praetor's Voice. I believe in this particular case, he opened more Mythics than he did in the first case. The Mythic quality in his first case was better just because of Double Force of Will, but he had an overall higher Mythic quantity in this case. Looking at this, the big hitters was he did pull a Force of Will out of this one. A couple of Atraxas running at $71 is nice to pull. 3 Mox Opals running at $64 a piece. That's really nice. And the Mana Crypt running at $216. So this particular case came up to about $2,069 on TCG Low. If you paid retail $1,600 for it, then your profit's going to be $469, which is once again just nice to be able to profit at this point. I do feel like some of the stuff is going to fall in price by the time we get to next week. I am looking forward to seeing what this is going to look like next week. But I mean, if I were to open this particular case right here, I would be very happy personally because of the diversity of the cards I got. And I know, like, I got a couple of big dollar cards like the Force of Will and the Mana Crypt. To be honest, I'm looking for a Mana Crypt right now, so pulling a Mana Crypt would be pretty nice, especially one of this kind of quality like the box topper foil, which is something that I'm all about. So now we're going to go to Packs and Riches. And when I was formulating this this Google sheet, I just did it in the order that I watched the videos in. I didn't do it by numerical order or anything like that. So the Pax and Richard case was probably the most diverse. We did have some duplicates and some triplicates. Duplicates of Thoughtseize are nice. Duplicates of Toxic Deluge are nice. Duplicates of Atraxa again. But the triplicate, like pulling 6 Urza lands, didn't really help this box or this case too much. And Sneak Attack is running pretty low right now, so you want to be able to pull duplicates of the Mythics, but in this case, Sneak Attack just wasn't the Mythic you want to pull duplicates of. And then duplicates of Brainstorm. A couple of the cards that are shifted up, like a lot of these duplicates in this particular case. You have the Brainstorm, which is shifted up. You have the Expedition Map, which is shifted up, and then you have 3 Urza's lands, which were shifted up. So not a lot of favors in the duplicate pulls. This total came out to be at TCG Low right now, $1,650, which is a $50 profit. So, I mean, a $50 profit isn't particularly... in the scope of what I've looked at so far, it's not the best. But if you can ever pull a profit, pulling a profit's always great. Like, if your EV is higher than what you're paying for the product, then you're always going to be pretty happy. And it's just a solid buy. EV, by the way, means expected value for those of you that don't know the acronyms that went up. So I'm gonna link this to like playing scratch-off tickets if you've done scratch-off tickets at the lottery. Based on just like the number of scratch-off tickets and the research that's done, and a lot of the prize data is already shown because they have to make that stuff public. The more lottery tickets that you buy over time, your expected value is about 70% of what you put into it. So if I went and bought $100 worth of $1 scratch-off tickets, I'm probably going to get about $70 back. That's just how the system works, because the manufacturer of the scratch-off tickets doesn't want to lose money. They can't make it to where you're going to win more than what's going to be put in. Like every once in a while, yeah, you're going to win big, but if you continue to play the lottery over time, you might hit a few, you're going to miss a lot, and overall, you're probably going to lose about 30% of what you put into it. The same thing is true of Magic because of the way that the retail works. There is an initial pricing for the product, and if the contents of the product come to be too high, that's what drives the price of the product up. So let's say if we just take these three right here, and worst case scenario, you get about $500 of profit. That's not going to be the case for too long, because the market's going to demand that the price of the product goes up, because like what's the point of selling the product if it's always going to be a profit? The sellers would be better off just keeping the product for themselves, cracking open all the boosters, and then selling them on the secondary market as singles. So in order to drive demand, or to drive themselves getting appropriate money to give people stuff to open, then the price is going to go up. This is going to be an interesting thing to look at over the course of the next few weeks. Are the prices of these VIP packs going to go up just because there is the value of the box topper foils hold high? Or is it going to stay the same because the value of the box topper foils will end up decreasing? Or is the entire product going to go down because we see a plummet in the box topper values? So that means it's not even really remotely worth spending the $100 to buy the VIP pack. I really want to see how this is all going to shape out. I've already pre-ordered my product. I've already paid for it, so it's locked in. I should get it, and I should open it. I don't open the product because I'm trying to beat EV. I open the product because, well, okay, that's a lie. I do try to beat EV, but that's part of the thrill. The thrill is opening the product to beat the EV, because sometimes you get lucky and you win, and sometimes you lose. But in my mind, you know, the stuff I put in is already gone, so everything I get is just like the joy I get of opening the pack and the fun that I'm going to have, and you know, posting it up for the world to see. And either you're going to watch me incinerate some $100 bills, or you're going to see me multiply some $100 bills. We're going to find out here in the next few weeks as I open stuff up. I will probably be posting a opening video every Monday starting next week for the next 4 weeks of different Double Master stuff, and that should take us pretty close into, well, that'll take us to the beginning of September, and then we'll be moving into spoiler season for Zendikar Rising, so there'll probably be more name and number crunches and analysis videos of that going on, especially looking to see if they reprint fetch lines. So I just want to leave off with, don't look at this sheet and say, oh man, I'm going to get like $500 in profit if I buy VIP Masters, or, you know, I'm just going to be like unlucky and always get ranch. Don't buy VIP Masters because you're trying to make a profit. Buy, and I keep on saying VIP Masters because that's essentially what it is. We have Double Masters, and then we have the VIP Masters, or the Double Masters VIP product, which it's just easier to call it VIP Masters, let's be honest. Don't buy the VIP Masters because you're trying to make a profit. That's the wrong reason to buy it. Don't buy any sealed product because you're trying to make a profit. Buy sealed product because you enjoy opening the product, and be responsible when buying sealed product. Don't go beyond your means. If your finances, especially in this time that we're living in right now, if your finances do not allow you to buy sealed product, don't buy it. No one's forcing you to buy sealed product. You know, as you're seeing right now, for some of these cards, you're better off just going and buying singles. Like, you can get a full set of, I know this is going to sound really strange, but you can buy a full set of foil box topper Tron lands for $300, which it's not cheap per se, but if that's what you wanted to do, you could do it. Alternatively, you can buy a full set of Tron foil lands that have the same art from 8th and 9th edition. I believe it's 8th and 9th edition, for probably pretty cheap coming in the next couple of weeks, because they're commons in this set. It's the same artwork, and there's going to be a number of foils circulating because you get double foils in the Double Masters pack, and you get 9 common foils in every VIP Masters pack. So, I mean, some of this stuff is going to go down drastically. You're better off buying the singles if you're just trying to build decks or finish things off. You either buy the sealed product to draft with, because that's what they're kind of designed to do, is to draft, or because you just have fun opening the packs. Don't let someone tell you to not buy product because it's not worth your time, and don't let someone tell you to buy product because the valuation's so great, like you're missing out. Don't worry about missing out. Just do what's going to make you happy. So I'm going to keep track of this here. I'm also going to add my product in here once I get it, because I want to keep track of that valuation as time goes on. And I really want to see what this is going to do over the course of the next year. So I'll be posting updates on this somewhat regularly. We'll probably see a weekly update until Zendikar Rising, or maybe at least for the next 4 weeks. And then we'll move into like a monthly update for people that are still interested. So I want to know what your thoughts are on Double Masters and the VIP packs. If you're going to buy some, great, let me know. I'd like to hear what you're planning to get. If you think this product is garbage, well, I mean, that's your opinion. You're more than welcome to voice it and like say why you don't particularly like this product. I think this product's going to be good for me. I'm going to buy some. It's going to help me restock some of the collection that I had got rid of a little while ago. And it's going to help me finish off some decks, I believe, for the purposes of playing Commander. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing on the channel, please subscribe. It really helps me out. Well, it doesn't help me out just yet, but it could potentially help me out in the future. So I'm going to try and put out content as much as I can for people that enjoy the content. So subscribe, get those notifications to know when new stuff is coming out. If you don't like this video, it's not your particular cup of tea, feel free to give it a thumbs down. It's not going to hurt my feelings. And as always, stay safe out there, take care, and goodbye.